Greg, congratulations on the win. I know 15 minutes in the cage at this point in your career, I know it's valuable to you. You get to learn some things. But overall, how'd you feel about your performance tonight?
It was amazing, man. I had fun out there, baby. It was, as you can see, another Prince of War performance. I wanted to show that I was advanced. I feel like I did that. I feel like mission accomplished.
Yeah. He battered your leg pretty early. It looked like it was bothered. Can you explain like how much of an impact that had on you? And I could see you with a slight limp as you came in here.
Man, he has a heavy kick, dude. And he was at first, like that first round, he was really slick about sliding it in there. Good news is we took that into consideration. We practiced that a lot. I got to make some adjustments throughout the fight and can maintain my composure and not lose my front leg.
His volume definitely seemed to slow as the fight wore on. You outlasted him, I think. I mean, what do you think that says about your cardio? Because I think people have said concerns about you from the start. Can he go? Do you think you showed something tonight?
2 words, Steve Bruno. What's up? We're doing cardio. I'll practice every day, man. He was instrumental in making sure my cardio was through the roof. That was another level that I wanted to show. There was a lot of questions about, can he go without the inhaler? Can he go with his hair down? Can he go in blue shorts? Well, guys, I can go, and I feel like we put a big emphasis on that, and I showed. I'm excited.
I want to ask you mentally about like the last 24 hours. I mean, you admitted, you talked about the asthma and there was a concern and you were scared, but you did it. Then the Jacare news comes out. What was your mindset like? I mean, did that raise red flags for you?
I literally found out that I did not have COVID 24 hours ago. I'm panicking all the way up. We're quarantining, panicking all the way up until the fight, and then as soon as I found out that I don't have it, I found out Jacare has it, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, do I get retested? What do I do? So I freaked out a little bit, but like I said, main thing about this camp was keeping composure because we knew it was gonna be crazy. It was about being a professional, using what I learned in the NFL, transitioning over into MMA, and making sure that I was a pro this week.
Last thing for me, I mean, again, another big win for you. You said you want to move out to Fight Island and fight every week. I mean, give me an idea. What does make sense for you? Are you looking at names yet? Are you looking at rankings yet? I mean, I know you're still early in your career, but what makes sense for you?
I think let's fight in 2 weeks, man. Let's fight in 2 weeks or a month. Like, the first fight, Island fight. Let's take all comers. And then after that, I want to get one more sick fight, maybe number 15, whoever that is, 14. And then let's just go down the list, man. Like I said, I wasn't playing you. I've said it on Instagram. I've said it on interviews, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. I am that man. We're going to fight 6 times this year if the boss man lets me. It's his discretion, but we want to break records. We want to change the game and be entertaining.
Craig, right here. How would you compare fighting in an empty arena to the Contender Series?
It's so dope. Man, it's so dope, dude. It's like having 77 coaches. You got Daniel Cormier back there like, hey, if he doesn't check this leg, he's going to lose that front leg.
So you did hear all that?
Oh, I heard everything. And that was one thing about being in condition. You start to hear things. You start to, wake up, hear not the crowd anymore, but like my individual coaches, I can hear each individual instruction. I can hear Castro's coaches. So it was super sweet.
Who's that guy you fist bumped on the way out? People were wondering who that was.
Who's that guy I fist bumped? I give a lot of fist bumps, my guy.
It was right when you walked out. There was someone in the crowd, and you gave a fist bump. Twitter was like, "Who is this random guy that was fist bumping?"
Word on the street. Greg Hardy's got fans, bro. I'm a nice guy. Fist bump me in the street. Not right now, after COVID, but all day.
Appreciate you.
You got one question. Come on.
You said you wanted to.
What are you doing?
Hey.
Come on.
You're slow. You said, illuminate us on this moving to Fight Island. You want to go out there and?
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, can we all agree I'm one of the most entertaining fighters out there, on and in and out of the octagon, man? Come on. I want to entertain. I want to fight. I am entertaining. I need to go to war. I need to become the king of war, and I can't become the king of war unless I go fight Shang Tsung on the final level. Makes sense.
What if you can't get cell phone coverage out there?
Who needs cell phones? It's about being great, baby. I'm taking over. I don't need to talk to anybody. I need to talk to Dana. I need to talk to whoever's coaches is about to get his fighter dismantled next. That's who we need to talk to. We need to talk to the gym. We need to get back to work. We need to get better, improve, and then go to Fight Island.
And you think you can fight within a month?
I can fight in 2 weeks. I've been working on my finishing moves. I got the uppercut that knocks his head off. I got the back AB, R2. I got all that. There's one move I whip my face off and I blow smoke and fire. It's crazy.
when did it click for you? You said now you're like noticing, you block out the crowd, you're noticing the little things that people saying. You heard Cormier. When did that click for you as a fighter?
It started kind of like halfway through the Volkov fight. To be honest, it was kind of in and out. You know, retrospectively looking back, it's like I was immature, and then this fight, I walked in, you know, and I just let it be, and it literally clicked as soon as we started fighting, man. Like I was focusing, I was seeing things coming, I was making adjustments, and I could hear everything. You know, even in the Contender Series, it was a lot that I couldn't hear. There was like 30 people there, and it sounded like a massive crowd, or it sounded like dead crickets. And, you know, my coaches were yelling, couldn't hear them. I mean, just stuff like that. So it was recent, man. I'm evolving every day.
As probably the most vocal person about being nervous to fight on this card with COVID, what's one bit of advice or knowledge you could give another fighter coming into fight in this situation next week?
Stay focused, man, and put an emphasis on that kind of focus and being a professional. You know, a lot of guys do. I've been on a lot of cards in the last year, and it's laxed. You know, we have a lot of fun. We move around. You have a lot of freedom. But when those freedoms get taken away, and you have to be on time, punctual, you have to be tested, you have to fit all of this in a compact schedule. Bring your focus. Come to fight. Be a professional, because it will wear on you.
Do you still play as Man City on FIFA?
For sure. I'm a real one.
A glory hunter.
I'm a real one. I stay loyal.
Greg, one more.
Talk to me.
The NFL wants to run their season like normal, like maybe even without fans. How would an NFL game be without fans?
Ooh, that would be weird. I felt like 3 hours, like 15 minutes is cool, but 3 hours just hanging out with another dude that's trying to rip your head off. I don't know. And if they bring me back and pay me like $7 million per game, I think it would be amazing. If not, watch UFC instead.
Hi, Greg. Congratulations on what on the scorecards was a dominant performance. Can you assess the performance yourself and tell us how you feel about it?
You know, it was a good strategic win. You know, we went in there, we threw some haymakers, and I stayed focused, listened to my corner, and I felt like I showed a more advanced fighter, and that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Absolutely. You also showed you could take a little bit of damage to those lower legs, or the leg, if you like, from those kicks. How much did that affect you at the beginning of the fight?
You know, mentally, it was something that I definitely had to adjust to, and I saw that, and I listened to my corner, and the commentators telling me that I had to adjust to that. But physically, you know, I felt it a lot, but I'm a tank. We practiced forward, you know, throwing those leg kicks. We knew it was going to come, so it was a welcome thing.
It's crazy that you said you can hear the commentators. I'm assuming that's something that you wouldn't normally hear when the crowd is there. So was that kind of giving you extra feedback?
It was there. Like, it worked in my favor, so I love it. You know, next time I'm down.
Look, De Castro seemed to kind of turn off the gas a little bit from around the second round. Were you aware that it looked like he might have hurt his foot or his leg at that point?
Yes, ma'am. You know, when I got the advice to check kicks and stay light on my feet and attack his front leg, you know, I saw his pace diminish, and you know, his spirit was still there, and he wanted to move, which was good for my favor. But mostly, you know, as soon as I checked that first kick, he was deterred, and it kind of slowed him down. So kudos to that. Kudos to the advice. Kudos to my coaches, man. It was a great adjustment.
Where do you go next? Obviously, you know, you're really evolving still as a fighter, just 2 years now in the UFC. You want to climb up those rankings. What would be a fight that would make sense for you next?
All right, number 15. I'm all about earning it. You know, I've been about earning it since I came in this league. I've been about being a respectful monster and earning my place, earning my throne, being the most dominant fighter in the game, and developing into that, not coming in and trying to take it or trying to say that I am, but proving it every single fight. So I feel the best way to do that is to start with number 15. Take everybody's spot. Let's just go down the list. Go down the list, man.
We're talking about going down the list. You've already said you'd quite like to come back on Wednesday, then again on Saturday. You know, you're used as a footballer, you know, playing every week. So, you know, whether Dana White's going to allow that to happen. Do you feel ready to jump back in again?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw some ice on this leg. Couple of days, get some bruising down, and then we're back in action. I'm gonna be back ready to practice. I'm gonna be back running. This doesn't stop. You know, the kryptonite for me is not going to practice. It's not working. We go back to practice. We work. I am the best because I show up to practice. I show up and I grind, and that's what we're gonna do. Get better every single day. We need to fight.
And we've talked about obviously there being no crowd, but has the kind of practice backstage been different? You know, it's a little while since for us to get to talk to you now after you come out of the cage. We know you go to medical and pick up your check, that kind of thing. But has the procedure afterwards been a little bit different? Any testing when you come out of the cage?
Yeah, it's crazy. You don't even go back to your locker room, and that's how. Excuse me. That's how it's kind of been this whole trip. You know, it's been off the wall. It's been the amazing UFC staff just taking it as it goes and battling against COVID and keeping us as safe as possible, man. And it's been a circus, but it's been a well put together, one after another circus, and you just had to roll with the punches, man. And I think this was the perfect card to do it. You know, we had a lot of professionals and we had a lot of craziness, and we made it work.
Well, congratulations on your performance tonight. Hope you have a well-deserved celebration.
Thank you so much.
Next, we have Danny Seguro from USA Today and MMA Junkie.
Hey, Greg, congrats on the victory. How did it feel to fight without a crowd? Would you say you prefer fighting with a crowd or without?
It doesn't matter to me, man, as long as I get to fight. You know, I mean, when the crowd's there, that's what I'm used to, dude. I get hyped up. I love my fans. I'm here to entertain these guys. It's all about bringing the show to them. But without the fans, I still know they're there watching on TV, but I get to hear my coaches, everything's clear and concise, and it's a whole nother level of focus. It's literally like a sparring match for the whole world.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just it's a sparring match for the whole world to see.
Yeah, so you have no preference, really. It's kind of, like
Either way.
Either way works for you. And about like the training camp, you mentioned something very interesting early in the week. Like you were driving back and forth to Florida, and you kind of did your camp in back in your home and Florida.
Well, yeah, I mean, when the UFC calls, when Dana White calls, I'm gonna say, yeah, I got his back. So I accepted the first one, and got canceled. So I drove home, and it was looking like it wasn't gonna happen. And we called it back on. So I drove back to camp and called it off again. Like I said before in the interview, it was a pleasure and an honor to be considered for those cards, anyways, because I'm a 1-year guy. But got called back again, so I took the 19 hours again, man. I'll go back as many times as possible. But I didn't really want to fly because of my asthma. It's upper respiratory, so. I stayed on the road, man, and put those hours in.
Yeah, for sure. And then you mentioned how like one of your main coaches there at ATT, I don't know if it still is, but Dean Thomas, and he's no longer at ATT. Will you still be at ATT, or how will you manage your training moving forward?
Yeah, it's ATT Nation all day, man. I came forward to this camp with new coaches. Steve Bruno handled my camp like a champ. We came back with better condition, better focus than ever. Michael Saltos, assistant coach, was here. Training partner was amazing, Conan. So it was a grade A team. They adjusted like a number one gym would, the number one gym in the world would, and I had to do my adjustment, man. And I think the bond between us is gonna thicken, and we're gonna come back with even more adjustments. Greg Hardy's gonna be in a more advanced fighter next fight, and sky's the limit, guys. Nothing's changed.
Congrats on the win. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, sir.
And last, we have Jay Anderson from Cage Side Press.
Hey, congratulations on the win, Greg. When we talk about your development, I know it's not the knockout, the big finish that you want, but how important is the cage time that you got tonight?
It's crucial. And I hope people see every single fight that there's something new. There's a different element of my fight that advances every single fight. We work on something new every single camp, and we advance every single camp. And when I get that ring time, that's my practice. That's my those are my champ rounds. That's the time that I get to develop into a well-rounded fighter in front of the world. That's the chance that I get to go against actual professionals, and fight these guys that I haven't had the chance to go against my whole life or practice against my whole life. So every second I get in the ring is valuable. In the octagon, excuse me.
And the adjustments that you had to make with the coaching change, did it feel any different in your corner tonight?
In my corner, no. I'm used to adjusting on the fly, man. In the NFL, players come and go, coaches come and go, but it's about adjusting and understanding that they wouldn't give you somebody that's not the best, and that's the same at an American top team. They gave me the best. They gave me the guys that get the job done. I adjusted and we conquered, plain and simple.
And last one for me, you were very honest in the fight week interview that you did, where you said, you know what? I'm terrified of the coronavirus. I've got asthma, but I chose to fight anyways. When you hear that someone like Jacare has tested positive, what goes through your mind at that point?
Yeah, I was shook. You know, like I just said a second ago, I literally found out minutes or maybe hours before I found out that Jacare was positive that I didn't have it. So, you know, I was sitting in suspense, no clue, just trying to train. I was cutting weight, actually. You know, I cut 22 pounds every fight. So I'm cutting weight, trying to figure out if I'm about to die or not, freaking out, man. And then he finds out he has it. And it's just, you know, it's demoralizing, dude. You know, it messes with your head. And then just being worried, you know, I'm all a team. I'm all being a team guy. You know, being worried for Jacare, man. We've been on, I think, 1 or 2 cars together. It's a lot, you know.
Thanks very much, Greg. And of course, all the best to Jacare as well.
Yes, sir. God bless, man.
Thanks, Greg. You're done. Have a great night. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.